Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon White 2. So, last part, I didn't really do anything. Nothing really major happened. I guess you can, I suppose you can't count that our Riolu evolved into Lucario. But majorly, I mainly just started, I just started training my team and so that we get some setting up for the Castelia Gym. And then during my time off screen, as you can see, now our whole entire team, except for Uppershot, of course, has now reached level 21. Now Zubat hasn't exactly learned anything new, so there's nothing really new going on with that. Now, as for Growlithe, on the other hand, as you can see, he has now learned Fire Fang. So now Growlithe definitely has a much more stronger moveset than he had to begin with. But however, his ability to be able to stand up to the more stronger Pokemon, that's going to be a whole nother story. But anyways, everyone. Now as for Duon, as you can see, he now has a free Yuri Cutter. Now, I'm probably not gonna have him utilize that move that much. But I may use it when I face off against, a grass or psychic type Pokemon. But anyways, now as for Magnemite. Now I did teach him Spark. And that's only really because, just in case the Thundershock is not strong enough for not strong enough for me to knock out a Pokemon. Just so I can at least have something else, But anyways, and as for our recently evolved Pokemon, Lucario, nothing else new has also changed. He also hasn't learned any new moves. Well, that's right now anyway. But anyways, everyone. Now, as you will also see, my team has exactly fully healed. Ever since I started to do my off-screen training. It's because, if I wanted to go back to the Pokemon Center, I would have to go for the set of dialogue here with Iris. And it's something that you guys may have missed out on. And of course this is something that I still wanted to show on for this playthrough anyway. So that's why for the whole time that I did my off-screen training, I essentially stayed in that sewer the entire time. And the only time that I really healed up my team, it was either when my team got close to being defeated, or they simply just needed a refresher. But anyways, now that we are finally past that, now I can finally get my team fully healed up now. It definitely feels quite a long while ever since I last healed up fully. But anyways, and here we go, now we get another new medal. Okay, and this time we get Experience the Saver. Now, you essentially get this medal if you just happen to save your game at least 50 times. And then for the other medal that we just got, Battle Learner. And now you essentially get that medal if you just happen to participate in at least 100 battles. Those two combined, that definitely shows you how much time I spend during my off-screen train and whatnot. Anyways, everyone. Now we are finally gonna be challenging the Castelia Gym, and as you can see, it has definitely gotten redesigned. Now, the gym is now this time the gym is made up of multiple levels of silk, and you will have to travel through these silk cocoons to go between the different levels. And of course, as you battle on trainers along the way, then you will eventually make it all the way to the top floor, where the giant ass cocoon is, and that of course is where Burgh will be. And as you also probably heard too, the Castelia Gym itself, now the Castelia Gym music is also being changed too. And I gotta say, it definitely fits Burgh really well. Yeah, considering that Burgh is really all about the art. And for the most part, you would want to get to utilizing your art, in complete silence, so that you'll be able to concentrate even more on it. So yeah, I would definitely say the Castelia Gym music, it definitely fits Burgh's. I would say it definitely fits Burgh's theme really well. Yeah, but anyways, now and also, as for some of these Harlequins, as you saw in there, they will sometimes will break out of the cocoons, which will allow you, of course, to be able to go even further, along the gym, so then you'll be able to reach Burgh. So you essentially have to face off against some of these Harlequins if you want to be able to reach Burgh. Oh hi! Look at this! Now this Harlequin has actually got a Combee. Yeah, and isn't this quite odd? It's because for those of you who have played the prequel titles, may recall that Burgh's gym used to be a huge honeycomb, and there were these multiple walls of like honey. Whereas in the sequel games, some of the Harlequins actually utilize Combees. Isn't that something, huh? And look at this as well, a freaking Swadloon before we actually get to encounter Leavanny this time around, huh? That is also another change. Considering within the considering in the prequel games, we actually encountered Leavanny before like Swadloon. Whereas the sequel games, it is now the complete opposite. That's really something too. And another big thing is happening on screen right now, as just like it has only been several episodes after we caught our Zubat. Our Zubat has in fact already evolved into Golbat. It's only been several episodes when we caught our Zubat. And it is now all for ready to go, Golbat, huh? Again, that is surely something else, huh? Man, already, like, a lot of things have been going on, and we have only just started actually just going for this gym. Like, jeez. First with the music, then the appearances of Combee and Swadloon, and then our Zubat, and then of course our Zubat evolving into Golbat. Man, this gym is certainly something else today, isn't it? Alright. Alright, now, okay everyone. Now since we are just going to be facing off against some more of these Harlequins here. Okay, well, I may as well once again continue with the Pokemon enemy appearances again. Okay, so now as for the next Pokemon on the list is Roggenrola. Now after the Unova series, Roggenrola did show up one time within the Kalos series, but then Roggenrola did get to show up at least a few times. Got to show up at least a few times within the Alola series. Then it got to come back for at least several episodes and journeys. One of which was of course that Go actually caught one. And then as for Horizons, Roggenrola has only shown up one time. Yeah, Roggenrola doesn't show up too often in the anime. Yeah, it's only been like a few instances, but it's still something. But there's that one. Yeah, and as you as you just saw on screen, yeah, now the Castelia Gym, now they still get to utilize Dwebbles here too. So make sure you bring at least a full water type with you if you want to be able to deal with those Dwebble a lot more easier. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Now next on the list is anyways everyone. Now next up on the list is a Petalil. Now after the Unova series. Just like with Roggenrola, Petalil didn't show up one time within the Kalos series. But however, Petalil did get to show up at least a few times within the Alola series. But however, Petalil only got to show up one time within Journeys. Only once. And then Petalil has shown up at least 3 times within Horizons. Yeah. So again, yeah, Petalil also doesn't show up too often, but yeah, honestly, yeah, Petalil doesn't show up too often in the anime. Yeah, and definitely not as much as Lilligant, I want to say. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah. But anyways, everyone. Now on to Lucario. And honestly at this point, what can you really say about Lucario? Yeah, ever since the Lucario movie, and also when it started to make its debut appearance within the anime episodes. Yeah, within every series of the anime, ever since its debut anime episode appearance. Yeah, Lucario shows up at least somewhere in that series. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now before I continue. Okay, now I think this is where we are gonna get into our encounter with Burgh. So then we can actually get to our gym battle with him. Yes, indeed it is. Now, as you can see, yeah, it definitely shows that the Burgh is definitely an artist, where the whole entire floor of this cocoon is covered with paint. Yeah, and as you can also tell by that picture on wall over there too. Yeah, it definitely shows that now this version of the Castelia Gym, yeah, it definitely shows. Yeah, now it definitely shows more of Burgh's. Of Burgh being in like artist. Okay, everyone. Now as for our gym battle against him. Now I want to say if you aren't going for this battle in challenge mode, then you aren't ever gonna be in for more of a tougher. You're never gonna be in for a more tougher round. Whereas if you're not, yeah, his team, it doesn't exactly get that much of an upgrade. It's because since we just faced up against a Whirlipede by Roxy. Yeah, which of course means that this time around, Burgh doesn't exactly have a. Yeah, Burgh this time around it does not have a Whirlipede. Now he does not have a Whirlipede. This time he actually starts off with a Swadloon. Yeah, quite a major downgrade, wouldn't you say? Okay, everyone. Now as for his Swadloon, now he has the ability Leaf Guard, and he has to move some Strugabug, Razor Leaf, String Shot, and Protect. So yeah, not exactly. Yeah, I would say that's your typical moveset for a Swadloon to have. Okay, now as for his Dwebble, now he gets the ability Sturdy, and he has to move some Strugabug, Smackdown, Feint Attack, and Rock Polish. So honestly, yeah, I would say that's your best typical moveset that you could really give to a Dwebble. Yeah, especially when you can easily pull off that Rock Polish, with the combination of Sturdy, of course, as well too. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone. Now, if you want to face off against Dwebble in challenge mode, instead of Smackdown, he would have to move Rock Blast. And it would also be holding the Citrus Berry. So yeah, that is definitely something of a big change that he actually did a gift to Dwebble there. Okay, then as for Burgh's strongest Pokemon, that of course still be his Leavanny. Now he has the ability Swarm, and he has to move some Strugabug, Razor Leaf, Cut, and String Shot. And this time around, he actually is holding a Citrus Berry. Now I forget if this Leavanny did hold a Citrus Berry during the prequel titles, but again, I forget if he actually did or didn't. Yeah, honestly, I don't fully recall if he did. But anyways, everyone. Now, if you were to face off against this Leavanny in challenge mode, now instead of cut and like String Shot, now Leavanny instead would get Grass Whistle and Aerial Ace. Yeah, Leavanny not only can put your Pokemon to sleep, but it's also got the best move to have if you were to face it. If you were to use a Pagan Knight against it. Yeah, yeah, that is definitely something of a big change to him this time, huh? And considering that I did not mention Swadloon in challenge mode whatsoever, well, that's because in challenge mode, Burgh does not have Swadloon whatsoever. Instead, he utilizes two new. He actually utilizes two brand new Pokemon, and those Pokemon are a Shelmet and a Carablast. Now the Shelmet would have will have the ability Shell Armor, and it'll have to move some Struggle Bug, Mega Drain, Acid, and Curse. And then as for his Carablast, now it would have to move. Now it would have the ability Shed Skin. And it will have to move some Struggle Bug, Headbutt, Aerial Ace, and Endure. So yeah, he actually has some two bug type Pokemon. Then now he actually has some two bug Pokemon with the move Aerial Ace. So yeah, that is certainly something, huh? Okay, everyone. Now I said, and now we are done with the Castelia Gym, but I'm not quite done with the massages right now. It's because, well, even though that our Riolu is now a Lucario, yeah, one of our team members also evolves through friendship. That of course being our Golbat. So yeah, not only am I gonna give my Lucario massages, but also my Golbat is also gonna get that same treatment too. Yeah. Yeah, again, that is surely something else, huh? Okay, everyone. Now, once I'm done healing and get myself some brand new items. Excuse me. Yeah, then that's when I'm gonna be ending off this video, which means I will continue on with Lucario for the next video. But anyways, as you can see, now once you've gotten the third badge, we can now get Hyper Potions, or Super Pals, and I believe we can get Burn Heals and Ice Heals. But sorry, and I believe that we can now also get Revives too. But again, I forget if those were actually there before. But as with that said, that shall be all I am going to do this video. And so, until the next one, I'll see you guys next time.